Hey guys, thanks for coming back to my channel. So this video is going to be a little special because I've been wanting to do this for so long and I haven't gotten to sit down and do it because I wanted to make sure I had enough time to be able to just focus on one thing. So we are going to be taking a look at Harry and Meghan and, you know, what messages does Princess Diana have for them? Basically, like, what have they been going through? What's going to happen going forwards? And so, as we all know, a lot has happened over the past year with them. They left the royal family. They're in the middle of this like 12-month review period. They've signed the Netflix contract, you know, and I have the deal, and now they have a deal with Spotify for a podcast. And then supposedly there's rumors that, you know, the royal family is not too happy with Harry and Meghan for signing that deal with Netflix because of the fact that they are airing The Crown, and obviously The Crown hasn't been exactly so kind to everybody in the royal family. So there's all of that. And then on top of it, you know, him and William supposedly had a falling out. So there's a lot to unpack here that I was like, okay, this might be a long one. We need to, you know, take a beat and be able to really focus over here. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I went and had to be British and get my cup of tea to start, you know, the reading. I always drink tea anyways, but I got hot tea today. It's not Earl Grey though. It's just blueberry. So Spirit, please join us so that we can take a look at Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan Markle and anybody to do with the royal family, including Diana. What spiritual messages should we know? What is going on with them? How are things gonna be going for them in their new life? Will they go back to the royal family? What is going to happen there? Oh, Spirit, thank you for joining us to ask any questions that we have in regards to Harry, Meghan, the royal family, their relationships, their future, anything they have going on. Thank you, Spirit, for joining us. We ask only with the intention of clarity and understanding, not with any bad intent. We ask that you bless all we ask about in this reading, all who participate and all who watch. Thank you, Spirit, for joining us. So, let's see what they have to say. I'm excited about the Spotify podcast. It sounds really interesting so far, so we'll see. I'm not sure what the exact release date is supposed to be because I just saw that it said coming soon. 6, 7, 8, 9. So that will be exciting, but they're just going to be bringing on different people, talking about different stories, trying to bring positive stories to the forefront, which I think especially after the year that we have all had, like, we kind of need some positivity, right? So let's see. Alrighty. Well, first thing that we're getting is Harry is not playing any jokes when it comes to protecting his family and putting his family first. His family meaning Meghan and Archie, not the royal family, but he's not going to play behind them. Like, he's already at this point where he's done everything that he's had to so far, you know, to take care of them. But if it came down to it, and if they give him like a super hard time when it comes to the end of this 1-year review period, he has no problem cutting ties with them if they're trying to take more things away from them or try to force them into something that he feels like, no, we're not doing that, you know, like he's gonna put his happiness, his life, all of that first over them, because he feels like, I'm just trying to live. I'm trying to do what normal people do. You know, have a baby, be married, all of this. Why is it that just because I was born this person, like I have to just have my whole entire life planned out for me? So there is that trying to break away, do his own thing, but on top of it, I'm not going to let you guys get in my way any longer. Like you took the first 3 decades of my life, you're not taking the rest of them, is how he is feeling. So there's a lot of like defensive energy still around him. I don't think that this is entirely where Harry thought things were going to go or what he wanted, but it's like, I'm also not going to let you bully me. And there is, with this 3 of Cups and this Devil card energy, him feeling like people do gang up to bully him or try to push things to make his life harder so that he'll come running back. Like, oh, if, you know, for example, like we hear, like, they took all of his military honors away from him. It was like, he earned those. Like, he actually, like, really, like, did tours in Afghanistan. Like, he really fought. Like, why would you take that away from him? But, you know, so it's just like, he views that as, you guys are trying to force me to not do what I feel is best for me and my family, and I'm not playing that game anymore. So they have very much been trying to do whatever they could behind the scenes to force them to, you know, come back home with this 3 of Pentacles and this Knight of Wands. So it's like, oh, well, we'll make a call and make sure that deal doesn't go through for you. We're going to call everybody we know and tell them not to rent a house to you or whatever. But obviously we see that hasn't exactly worked, right? So with this Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, they're just like right now, they're the most focused on what is going to take care of them, their family, make them happy, but also make a mark in the world too. Like they, you know, I was telling a friend of mine this the other day because we were talking about princesses and Meghan Markle and everything that's happened and stuff. And I was saying, you know, I feel like Meghan is able to be in a place where she's at her happiest and most fulfilled, like career-wise, because she's not somebody that would have been able to just forever dress up like a princess and keep her mouth shut and keep cutting ribbons, you know, and petting puppies and kissing babies. She has to, like, feel like I'm actively contributing more. Obviously, we know that Harry is very much a humanitarian, but I feel like this direction that they are going in gives both of them, but especially her, a lot more like leeway to actually do the things that she's always wanted to do that she wouldn't have been able to do if she had continued being an actress or if she stayed in the royal family. So I feel like she's actually like much more fulfilled in this moment because she's able to do all these things that she wasn't able to do before, because she doesn't have those restrictions on her as much, right? So again, it's like we just see with the 7 of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles and then this Lover's card representing like people, you know, working together behind the scenes. 7 of Pentacles and 7 of Cups, like Harry feels like whatever you offer me, as soon as I get there, you're not going to give it to me and you're going to just like make my life miserable. Like, he doesn't feel like when they say things like, you can come back at any time, he's like, yeah, so you can treat me worse than you did before? No, thank you. Because now you have something else to hold against me. Now you have something else to be angry about. Now you're going to make it even harder on me. No, thank you. Because he really feels with this Knight of Pentacles and this 2 of Swords that if he went back, he would be blindsided by whatever that they would do. Like, whatever you're telling me, it wouldn't be the case, and then I would end up regretting it. Like I said, he does want to make up with them, but with this Judgment, this 2 of Cups, it is about, you know, let's just take a break. I'm going to do me, you guys do you. Let the water under the bridge pass by, and then we can move forwards into a better place after that. You know, sometimes people just need to take a break and then they can come back together later on when everybody's cooled off. Like, that's the way that Harry is trying to deal with it right now. So, let's see what else the spirits have to say. They just wanted to talk about Harry first. So, let's see what they have to say about how Meghan is feeling about everything. So, in a sense, Meghan feels like what is going on in, like, the family dynamics with Harry and everything, like, she tries to play more of the supportive, like, you know, role behind him. You don't want to be with your family, I support you. If you want to talk to them, I support you too. It's up to you, because she understands, like, I don't want you to make a decision and then get mad at me later on for it. But with this wheel card, she feels like it was karma for them for a lot of the things that have happened with Diana, even with Fergie. I mean, there's been other people that have, you know, like, left the royal family in not such a great way because they were mistreated. And Fergie and Diana both went through, like, very similar things and feeling like they didn't have any support from the royal family, and that they were just expected to sit in the corner and be quiet and smile. And both of them obviously went out and had affairs and got divorces and stuff. And so Meghan kind of feels like you guys messed with so many women in this family that the fact that one of your own took off for the woman that he loves is kind of karma for what happened to them, you know? So, but on the same hand, I don't get her being, like, super happy about any of this, because with this Three of Wands, she does worry, because here it is with this Sun and this Justice. Like, she worries that at some point maybe Harry will, like, resent her, or he'll come back and be like, I don't think things were the way that you were saying them, or whatever. Like, she doesn't want to be the cause of him having any regret for this choice. So it is something that she does, you know, think about and worry about. But she is trying really hard with, like, trying to love him, you know, like, trying to show him, like, as much love as she can, actually. Like, I know that this is extremely difficult, but I just, you know, I'm trying to show you how much I care and love on you in the process. Meghan, with this Queen of Coins and this Palace of Coins, whatever that you are creating, because you have this World card crossing over you, it is going to be very successful. Not just in terms of money, but in terms of people responding well to the content that you put out, to seeing a completely different side of you that we've never gotten to see. So I do feel that this, you know, all of the things that they have coming up are going to be very, very successful for them. There is this King of Wands with this Four of Wands and this Six of Cups, and I feel like this is probably like Charles's energy, trying to tell Harry, like, well, can't you, like, live half the year there and half the year here? Harry knows if I go live there for even a day and a half, you guys are gonna try to do whatever you can to keep me here. So that's a no. I do get, though, that Charles is, he's just sort of like, you guys will figure it out and you'll probably come back and we'll get past it. Like, he's not really tripping too much. It's everybody else in the family that has a bigger problem with it. I feel like Charles is the least concerned by it, to be honest with you guys. But don't forget, they said that he used to call Meghan like tungsten or something like that because he said that she was tougher than steel, because of all the criticism that she was getting, which everybody was painting that out to be such a compliment when they were saying it. But I was, in my head, I was like, I don't like that, because you're putting it on her that, number one, like, oh yeah, you're, you know, this strong woman or this strong black woman that can handle anything. But it's like, she might be able to handle it right now, but everybody has their breaking point. And why, as a family member, wouldn't you be more like, I'm proud of the mature way that you've dealt with things or something like that. I know it's not easy, or like try to be like, oh, I'm going to support you through this because I know how hard it can be. It just seemed like it was almost like a dismissive way of like, you're tough, you'll handle it. Who cares if people are sending you death threats because they're racist, or, you know, they're ruining all of your relationships with your family. You're Meghan, you got this, you're a tough girl, don't worry about it. And so, you know, it's like, was she getting the warm fuzzy welcome from everybody? Not exactly. Were they nicer? I mean, I feel like there was certain people in the family that were kinder to her than others, but I also feel like maybe some of those people, like Charles, like when he was being nice to Meghan, maybe some of the other women in the family were a little bit jealous, or were like, why are you being nice to her? We don't even know her like that. Like, she doesn't even go here. She's from America. Like, why would you be nice to her? Like, she's not supposed to be princess. You know, that kind of thing. And so then he would sort of have to kind of like pick and choose, like, how nice am I going to be to you today, because how much shit am I going to get afterwards for it? I feel like there was so much division, like, within that, you know, whole entire thing with this Palace of Wands in reverse, that it's like everybody was sort of like against each other and fighting with one another towards the end, and maybe not outwardly fighting, but it's like rude things like, oh, Harry, you and Meghan need to be there at 3 o'clock because you have to open the dog park, okay? And then like they go off, and then Harry and Meghan do what they're supposed to, and they come home and they're like, where is everybody? Everybody went out to dinner without them. Like, things like that that were very petty and shady and rude and dismissive, to really kind of ice her out. And, you know, obviously, like, I think that Harry had enough of a hard time when it was the general public attacking her, which we completely understand. That's the person that you love. She wouldn't have been in that situation to have to deal with that kind of criticism if you hadn't married her and brought her into this. So you're gonna feel responsible for putting somebody in that situation, but you're also going to feel that it's like, I love you. I don't want people beating you up. Like, I know that that takes a toll on you. That's horrible. And then it's like, okay, but as long as we're a fortress and we've all got each other, you know, like, we can get through this, and it'll die down. It goes in cycles, da-da-da-da-da. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, well, now our family's being jerks to us too. Like, we don't have anywhere to escape from this, and she doesn't deserve that. So, let's see. Spirit, what is it going to be like going forwards after this upcoming 1-year review process? Okay, didn't drop any. You know what's so crazy though is that I was literally just thinking I might have to split this up into 2 parts, because I really want to focus on messages from Diana, and we're already, you know, like getting kind of far into it, and all the cards like started like falling at me. So I was like, oh, Diana wants to talk. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do a part 2, because I want to ask like about specific people like Prince William and Kate Middleton. Like, how are those relationships? How do people feel about that? Like, all of that. So it's not going to go well, like within them. You know, we'll of course get the typical PR statement of, oh, this is what they've decided because they feel like it's best for everybody. But they're, you know, right here with this, before they even go, they're going to be doing a lot of praying, a lot of spiritual protecting, a lot of trying to have the stiff upper lip and act like they don't care about a whole lot of stuff and just be really strong for this. And I honestly feel like Harry feels like, okay, it's been a while. We haven't all like seen each other in person. Like, hopefully, you know, like things can be better. We can get back to a better place. Maybe it really was just that, hey, like, we just had to separate our lives and now we can get along better, you know, because we're not so in each other's faces and everybody's doing what they feel is like, you know, them living their best and having this, you know. But the Page of Swords and the Knight of Wands, it's like they're not as willing to work with him as he's wanting them to be. And that shady, deceitful, little petty shit is going to come right back out. But on top of it, it's like I get this 3 of Swords with this 5 of Pentacles. You guys, I wouldn't be surprised if they were just like, we're going to just take everything away from you. You don't have your titles anymore. Now you're not a part of this. Because I see, you know, somebody being forced to walk away and a decision being made on their part that they didn't choose. And Spirit's talking about this being Harry's energy. It's gonna be really sad after. Because it's like, why would your own family treat you like that? You know, you're told your whole life, we love you, we support you, this and that. And they're telling the public this. But then it's like, when you go meet with them, they're like, oh, well, we moved your cousin into your house. And then we took all your military titles away. Now you're not going to be prince and princess. You can't be any kind of royalty any longer. Also, don't call us anymore. Like, it's like a lot of shit. But then it's like, you know, they're sitting there like, okay, so we think that'll make it great for everybody, right? Like, this is the best thing for all of us, right, Harry? And Harry's just like, and in his head, he's like, all of you. I did the right thing walking away. I don't need any of this. I have Netflix deals. I have Spotify deals. You know what? I'm going to end up richer than all of you. So screw you. People like us more than they like you people. I'm going to go and sit there down with the head writer of The Crown and tell them, you want to know what really happens? Here, let me give you the real backstory and all the information from the kid that was hiding in the closet listening to all the phone calls and knows everything. My dad and my grandma, like, he's gonna be livid. But Spirit's talking about it also being like this confirmation for him. Like, I knew that you guys were not going to try to fix things. I was hopeful for it, but this is the answer that I needed to know for 100%. This is where I'm supposed to be. I'm doing what I was supposed to do. I made the right choice here. Because see, we have this walking in with this Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. You know, I have good intentions. I want to work everything out so we're in a good place. I want to get things settled. But then here's this Wheel card with this Chariot. And this 9 of Wands in reverse of him having to walk away because we have the 8 of, well, it was in reverse. I picked it up wrong. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So it's just like, they're just like, nope. And this Queen of Cups with this 9 of Cups in reverse. Who's the literal queen? They're going to be so cold to him. And you know what? There's so much, like, they're so pissed. They're so pissed. They did not expect that Harry and Meghan were going to go out and actually get all of these deals and secure things for themselves. They literally thought, like, oh, they're going to live on whatever little money he has from Diana, and that's going to run out. And she's a Hollywood diva, and watch, she's going to blow through all your money buying Birkin bags and Botox and this and that and yacht trips and stuff. And it's like, oh, that's what you guys thought we were going to do? Meanwhile, we've been sitting on Zoom, having all these classes, doing these speeches, bringing light, you know, to problems that need to be fixed, talking to activists about what can we do as individuals to create climate change. Oh, yeah, and, you know, we just signed another, like, $300 million deal. What was that, Grandma? You thought I was really gonna need you again? Like, bitch, please. Like, we just showed you we don't need you guys. We can be successful on our own. That is Diana's influence, let me tell you. So we will definitely have to do a part 2 to this, so that way we can look at, you know, how does the Queen feel about everything, because I do want to know how does everybody feel about everything, and then what's to come after that. So we might even do 3 parts to this, but I hope you guys made it to here. I love you all so much. If you wanted to book a personal private reading with me, all my information will be in the description box below. Make sure you come back for part 2, and I will see you guys all again soon.